What's up, book nerds? I'm here to give a quick shout out to one of our favorite bookish small businesses, Well Read Candle Company. If you need your home or office to smell like your favorite book boyfriend or maybe your favorite small town vibe to get you through the day, you have to check them out. It's a woman owned business making some of the best bookish scents, and we are fully obsessed. We will link the website in the show notes, and don't forget to use code WhatTheSmut10 to save 10% on your order.
What's up, book nerds? Welcome to What the Smut Are You Talking About podcast. We are a weekly romance book podcast where we talk about books and chaos. So yeah, pretty much anything goes.
Join us as we talk about the books we are reading, what crazy shenanigans are happening in our lives, and who knows, we may have some fun guests drop by.
So grab your favorite snacky snack and your beverage of choice and come hang out and see what the smut we are talking about this week. Hey, welcome back.
Welcome. Hey, Courtney. How's your week been going?
It's been good. Nothing too crazy. Work was crazy. This was probably like the worst week I've had at work in a very long time. But other than that, it's been peachy.
I feel you. I feel you on the work thing. Like, it's just, for whatever reason this week, it was just everything was going on, and I'm just like, Are we at Saturday yet? Are we there yet?
Yeah. All the dumpster fires.
Definitely.
Oh, man.
Definitely.
How are we already on episode 10, Mary?
I have no idea. Like, this season 1 has just flown by. I can't believe that we're almost to the end of season 1.
I know. We got 2 episodes left after this.
Which I feel like episode 12, we're gonna have to have some sort of like celebration. Virtual cheer.
I know. Something. We made it.
We did. We survived. And thank you to our listeners for sticking with us for this season and joining us on our unhinged chaos.
And all my rambles. Well, super excited about today's episode because with the chaos, it calls for comfort reads. So,
Yes.
yeah, we are going to be talking about mine and Mary's Roman Empire rereads. I'm a huge rereader. If I'm in like the biggest slump or, if I just don't know what to read, like I'm going to pick one of these up.
Same, girl. Like, rereading is something I do so much. And it's the same thing. If I can't find a book that's driving with me, or if I have a lot going on in my work and personal life, I'll reread because it's comforting, but I know the story. So it's okay if I have to stop after only reading a page, or if I get, a chapter in a week. I don't feel like I'm chomping at the bit and missing out on something. It just wraps me in a warm, snuggly blanket and has my comfort characters.
I feel this so much. Well, Mary, why don't you start us off? What are some of your Roman Empire books?
So I tried to pick just books, but when I reread, I am unhinged and I have to reread the whole series.
Love that for you.
like so depending on the timeline of my reread availability will depend on which one of these I pick up, because there's some where the Roman Empire is 25 books deep. And then there's others where I know. It's bad. I realize that. I have an unnatural, unhealthy obsession with rereading series of books because it's not just one book. I love the whole world. I love the characters from beginning to end. So my first one that is a comfort read for me that I go all in on, and it's Megan O'Brien, and it is her series called the Ride series, and then her next generation, which is the children from the Ride series. And I'm actually reading that right now.
Feel like I've heard of Megan O'Brien.
She is an older indie author. Her first book, Cole, was published in 2014, and her last book, Gracie, was or Grace, sorry. They call her Gracie when she's little, but her name is actually Grace. That one was published in early 2020s, and so she hasn't written anything new. She is spending time with her family, her husband and her kids, which is amazing. Never fault anybody for that, but if she published a book tomorrow, I would be first in line to buy it.
I feel like I might have read The Talon.
Okay, so The Talon is the spinoff where some of the characters cross over, but the Ride series and then the Ride series Next Generation, and Mason. So she also has Mason, who is one of the kids. So his book takes place in the Next Generation timeline. But he was
Huh?
one of the kids who didn't go into the MC. He actually became a professional football player. So if you're into sports romance, there would be a good one. But definitely, The Talon is her security series. And I like how she did some of those side characters, but the Ride series and the kids are what have my heart.
Well, you're killing my TBR again, Mary. Thank God, Hoopla. It's a new month.
I know. I know. I know. I'm about to blow your TBR out of the water. I'm sorry. What is your first Roman Empire book that you're going to make me add to my TBR?
Okay. So this is for the ones that love like set in a college
Hmm.
and for those that love like underground like boxing slash fighting romance books. It is part of a series. So I have to admit I haven't read every single book in the series, but I've read majority of them. And I'm going to preface this by saying it did get a movie adaptation. The
Okay.
movie was awful. I mean, it wasn't awful as far as because, like, I loved this book so much, and, like, it came out, I think, like, 2014-ish. So,
Hmm.
it's definitely, like, a college romance, like, so if you're looking for an adultier adult read, this one's not for you,
Hmm.
but I've loved this book so, so much. The movie, I think I would enjoy the movie if I didn't love the book so much because it does have funny aspects in it. I love what the characters did with the roles, but I didn't like
It
it as
doesn't
far as
compare. It doesn't compare sometimes.
yeah,
I have a YA book that I read that they turned into a movie, and I watched the movie and I was like, this is trash
yeah.
because it was so loosely based on the book, and I loved the book so much with a passion that it just destroyed it for me. So I completely understand. And I just looked at the cover for Beautiful Disaster, and what a pretty cover with the butterfly on it.
I
That is
know.
gorgeous.
So, yes, Beautiful Disaster by Jamie McGuire, because I realized I just said the title. Yes. So, there's Beautiful Disaster and there's Walking Disaster. So, read Beautiful Disaster first if you're going to read it because it's the same book essentially. With Walking Disaster, you get a little bit more, but it's his point of view where Beautiful Disaster is her point of view. So,
And then she has a novella for A Beautiful Wedding.
yes, yes. Just the I've read so there it spins off from this with like the Maddox brothers. I've read several of the brothers books and they're really good too, the ones that I have read. But definitely check this one out. I will say for those that's not a fan of the miscommunication trope, you probably won't like it. But it's not like your typical miscommunication. Cuz like typically like I stay away from miscommunication tropes and maybe it's because like back then tropes weren't really a thing. So
Mhm.
maybe I didn't
Mhm.
know,
No,
but
I know. So
I don't know what it is about this book.
how often do you find yourself rereading it?
Okay, book nerds, a quick interruption for something that you might find useful. If your TBR is unhinged as mine and you need a way to consume more books without quitting your day job, Audible will be your best friend. You can grab a free 30-day trial using the link in our show notes, which means you can listen to all the romance, fantasy, and morally gray men to your heart's desire. Perfect for your commute, your hot girl walk, or when you're pretending to be productive, but you're actually just listening to smut. And yes, audiobooks absolutely count as reading. I will die on that hill. So grab your free trial with our link in the show notes and you can thank me later.
I reread this book at least once a year. I don't know what it is about it. I especially, like, when it comes time for fall,
Mhm.
yeah, I will reread. I will reread it about once a year just
Awesome.
because, like, it's one of those that makes you feel good, kind of, but it's also really
Yeah.
funny. Travis, the main male character, he is a douchebag, but he's one of those misunderstood type of boys. He's definitely a fuck boy. But yeah, I don't know what it is about it. I just love this book. But who plays him in the movie? One of the Sprouse twins plays him in the movie.
Okay.
And I
Yes, yes.
remember
Yes.
seeing this cast because I was so mad because Travis has twin brothers. I'm like, why? You have twins. This is perfect. Make them the brothers. Why would you make one of them the lead character? I don't know. That was just like, yeah, here we are. Sorry. I'm not going to go into a tangent about this. But yeah. So that's my first Roman Empire read is Beautiful Disaster and I guess Walking Disaster. So because it's essentially the same story.
Awesome.
But
I'll have to check them out.
I love it.
I remember seeing about the movie. I haven't watched the movie, but I do remember seeing all the talk when it was being made into a movie because obviously it is out now.
Yeah.
And
I think
so I
there's
will
even
have to
2 movies out now.
there might
But
be.
listen, Mary, he calls her Pigeon. And I know, like, we're like, what the fuck? Why would you want to be called Pigeon? Because it's like a dirty bird. But oh my God, I just, I'm glad we're not doing cameras. Okay, because side note, I love the Atlanta Falcons. And when I said dirty bird, I started like, why am I the way that I am? Okay. Yeah, but once you realize the meaning behind pigeon and you find it's just it's so swoon. But okay, yes, sorry.
I love it. No, don't be sorry. This is our Roman
Chaos. It's
Empire
chaos,
reads.
guys.
It's chaos, but it's our passion and our Roman Empire reads. So
What else
leading
do you have for
into
me?
my next one is definitely my Roman Empire. It is also the longest series that I have ever read. It
Ooh.
is Autumn Jones Lake. And if I have the time, I start at the beginning and read everything for the Ultimate Lost Kings reading order. It is MC Romance. And I couldn't tell you when I first started reading her. This one is a reread of mine, but I maybe only do it maybe once a year, but probably more like once every 2 years, just because I actually was trying to count. There's probably over 30 books in the entire series. Like if you
Shoo.
take if you take in the main MC series, which has 26 books, and then you do like all the offshoots, that adds to it. So it might even be closer to 40 books, which is why I don't reread it as often. I would say probably one of my most favorite that take place in that world that I could definitely reread more than once is Renegade Path. And she originally had this story published in an anthology, but she re-released it later on and made it more, like, beefed it up, and I don't know what it is about this book. It's definitely Romeo and Juliet vibes. His name is Roman, her name's Juliet, and he was a foster kid, and he meets her when he is placed in this group home at the school where Juliet is. So it starts out with them in high school and in maybe the first like couple of chapters, but then it progresses into their adult life. And by the end of the book, they're older and, coming back together. I don't want to spoil it, but that one has always stuck with me. And I absolutely love, love, love that story. But Autumn's writing, when I read her books, I feel like I'm there with the characters. Like characters and the people are your friends and you're immersed in the world. So the antics and the laughing and the humor and the sadness and all of it, you just experience it like you're living it with them. And so I think that's what I love about this whole series to make it my Roman Empire reread. I know.
Do you know what this is? That's my TBR blowing up.
Well, yeah, it's gonna blow sky high. I will say she does have some of them are on audiobooks, not
Okay.
all of them, just because of time. As you know,
Yeah.
anybody who's in this arena of books and knows what it takes to publish an audiobook, it's a
It's
lot.
fucking
So
expensive.
it is extremely expensive, and obviously, we are huge supporters of real people as our narrators for these audiobooks, and that just costs time and money. And
Yep.
so I know the Lost Kings, like, starting from book 1, I believe all the way through, I wanna say Zero Tolerance maybe, or I know that's about where it's up to in audiobook for right now. But
Okay.
I also have to tell you, so she also wrote a 3-book series, which she puts at the beginning to kick off the whole world of Lost Kings, but they're set in the 80s. It is, and I was born in the 80s, and so it is hilarious because the male main character, while he is the son of the MC president and set to take over at some point in his life, he actually goes off to Hollywood to be in a 80s rock band, and that's where he meets his female main character. She's trying to be an actress, and just hearing all the talks of that one is probably one of the funniest ones to read just because it's like the 80s rock band era. So everything
Oh
is
my God.
80s. And it's fun. That one is a really fun read too. But yes, I will blow your TBR out of the water. I'm sorry, Courtney.
Who needs to pay for special sound effects when you have me?
I know, sorry, not sorry. But hit me with your next one.
Okay, so this one's newer on my list because I just discovered this amazing author probably about a year and a half ago, and I'm obsessed. And but I have to read her in breaks because it
Mhm.
does get deep. It gets very emotional heavy. But book one, it's a series, the Ravenhood series. Book one is Flock by the amazing Kate Stewart, which is also
Mhm.
getting an adaptation of this. And
Cool.
she's just a lovely human being to in general. Like, I got to meet her last year at Meet and Greet Cute. I literally couldn't find the words. I just kept on saying, "I'm so fucking proud of you," because it was she just announced the adaptation, and she was telling me like how involved she was going to be in, and like I was literally like tearing up with her, and I got like the biggest hug. And
That
huge
is
fan of Kate Stewart around here.
amazing.
Yeah,
Definitely, definitely. That is absolutely amazing. I love seeing all these authors killing it and getting TV adaptations, movie adaptations. It's awesome.
yeah, very proud of her. Have you read the series, Mary?
I have not. I have not.
I feel like
So
you would like
fill
this.
me fill me in.
It's not too dark. It has some taboo themes with it, but it's basically like a Robin Hood retelling.
Ooh.
Yeah, yeah. And so I know how much you love your motorcycle gangs. This one, it's very much like an MC vibe without the bikes. I
Mhm.
mean, a couple of
Mhm.
them I think do ride motorcycles, but like they're car guys, like they're muscle car guys.
Ooh, I like
Um,
that too.
but kind of like the same concept though. So I feel like you would love this series. It will break your heart though, so forewarning. But Flock will not break your heart. It's a great introduction to the series. You do have to read these in order. So
Makes
there's three
sense.
main books, and then she has a spin-off series from that. But Flock, it's so great. I love it. Like I said, it's only been like a year and a half to 2 years since I've read it, and I've probably reread it 2 or 3 times since then.
That's
It is
awesome.
I just love her writing style. I made it through Exodus, which is book 2, and then I
Mhm.
had to take a break, rightfully so. And then book 3 is called The Finish Line, and I've started The Finish Line, but then things got crazy with the podcast, and I have to read a lot for the podcast. So, I
We do.
haven't been able to go we do. I should have warned you how much reading we have to do. But hey, I don't hate it.
Don't hate it either.
but I do recommend this series. It is really good. So I do need to get back to the 3rd book, though, so I can move forward with the rest of the spinoffs because it is
Definitely
so
have to
dang
check it
good.
out. It says the top genre it puts it in is mystery and suspense, which I
Yeah.
live for mystery books. Love, love, love mysteries. So, and it's sitting, I just pulled it up so I could add it to my list. It is sitting at number 3 in the mystery and suspense category, number 15 in billionaire and millionaire romance. Like, that is amazing for a book that's been out since 2024.
Yeah. It is so good. Honestly, we should cover the Ravenhood series.
Definitely will have to check it out. And then obviously she has more within that world too, it looks like, because she
Yeah.
has a Ravenhood Legacy
Mhm.
series.
Yep.
She might be another one where I'm sitting here going all around and reading a series.
Listen, we need to have a buddy read of this one. Like, I will reread when you start it.
I will let you know when I start it. That way I can blow up your phone.
Love it.
That way I can blow up your phone.
Well, what else do you have for me, Mary?
Okay, so the next one, I know that you have read some of hers, so you will probably understand why I have her on my Roman Empire comfort rereads. It's S.J. Tilly. And
Yes.
any any book in any order at any time, I will pick up and read her stories. And funny story, I just found her as an author in probably Christmas of 2023. I had time off and I found the Sleet series. It just popped
Love it.
it popped up and it popped up, and the reason I clicked it is because of the humor and how it was supposed to be a funny read. Well, let me tell you, I devoured those books in record time. And then I went on to her little Christmas novella of Second Bite of the Bite series. So I went into that one. And then I went into the Darling series. And I honestly, The Alliance was the last one that I read, but I love them all. And so it just depends on what mood I'm in. For hers, if I reread, I'll be like, oh, I want to reread the Darling series, which is only 2 books, or I'll do the Sleet series. I won't do all of them in order, but right now it's fun because I am in her Facebook reader group and they also do a book club. And so each month they're reading one of her books. And so it kind of gets that reread itch out of my system because we get to read the book and chat in the book club that she has. And then at the end of the month, she does a Zoom call where you have your questions and she comes on and everybody's on a Zoom call together answering the questions and just chatting. So it is a lot of fun. I loved meeting her last year at one of the fictionally yours events that they had in Connecticut. And I got to meet her and it was an amazing time. But she is definitely a Roman Empire reread for me.
So I didn't list any of her books as Roman empires for me, but she is definitely like my Roman Empire author. Like, she is definitely one of my favorites.
Yes.
I just love anything that she does. It's
Yes.
just pure gold. Have you done her Mountain Men series?
Oh my God, yes. I've read everything.
Okay. So, you know me, I love the audios, and Connor Crace does the main male character
Yes.
for that entire
Which
series.
yes.
And the female main character in the first book is Courtney. So just to have Connor Crace say my
I
name over
know.
and over again, you just don't even know.
It is so that is so awesome. And I have to know. So she is jumping outside of her Tillyverse and writing a paranormal.
I'll be there. I'll be there with popcorn.
I will be too, but what I want to ask you is when they revealed the blurb, did you listen to it? Because the audiobook narrators were the ones reading the blurb. And if you
I did
haven't,
not.
You need to go do it because
I
you wanna
need
talk about swoon.
God, it's gonna devour me.
It really will devour you. It was good. I got goosebumps just listening to the voice read and I love really, really good audio narrators where I get goosebumps just with their voice, their speaking voice. It's so passionate and calming and full of emotion that when I get the goosebumps, I'm like, "Oh, this is gonna be gold. Amazing."
Speaking of amazing narrators, I just booked us an amazing narrator for season 2. We're not gonna say who it is, but this is my little newsletter plug. You better go sign up for our newsletter because our newsletter people are the first to know everything. And yeah, so definitely want to do that. I'm so excited to get to chat with him.
Oh
And
my
he's going to
gosh,
be
I
our first
know.
guy on the show. So that's going to be exciting.
That is going to be so much fun.
I'm just going to go ahead and apologize because for that episode, we're going to have a lot of editing to do because I feel like I'm just going to be giggling like a little schoolgirl.
Oh my gosh, it is going to be an amazing time.
Yes. Yeah. But quick question
So
about
what's
SJ Tilly.
Yeah.
So I know it's impossible to name a favorite book, but what would you say is your
Oh my
favorite
god.
series that she has put out?
You're like asking me to pick a favorite child, and I only have one.
It's hard. She has some amazing series out there.
She does. Let me see here. Let me pull up the book list just so I can because okay, so I really, really like King. That is probably one of the top faves for me.
Okay.
And I think what I love about it is how he shows her love by what he does for her. And I don't want to give it away for
Right.
people who haven't read any of the books. I think one of the other ones that I really, really like is I would maybe have to say I like Miss Sin, which is the third book in the Sin series.
Yeah.
And I love that one because the female main character in that one, she really blossoms and finds herself. And she does it, yes, meeting John, the male main character, when she meets him for the first time, he's kind of like the catalyst. But in the same respect, she does all of this stuff to grow into her true self. And I love how S.J. Tilly wrote that. And because so often as women, we feel like we have to be in a box.
Yeah.
And I love how Nora just bloomed into who she was meant to be by herself. John just made her, John just added, but she did a lot of it on her own. And I loved that about it. Which are yours?
Eh, I've read so many good ones by her, but I think the one that I love the most is the Mountain Men series.
Mhm.
Just because you have it has all of my favorites. It has suspense. It has the rom-com elements to it. It's got a good actually, there's several age gaps throughout
Yes.
the
Yeah.
series, and I just love me a good grump.
I know.
Every book has a grump in it.
Yes. I know. That one is I told you, it's like trying to pick my favorite child.
Yeah,
But I
it really
agree.
is.
I love the Mountain Men series and I love the animals in each series.
Yeah,
They're so fun.
forgot about the bear. I need to go back and reread. I gotta go back and reread
Fun.
those. Yeah.
So what is next on your list?
Well, you know how I love me a good billionaire series. And
Mhm.
yes, I said series because it's the Wolf Hotel series by K.A. Tucker.
Mhm.
Have you read it?
I have not. See, I love this. I'm finding
Mary,
new
you're
ones
killing
just
me.
like you're finding new ones. I've heard of it.
So listen, Christian Grey walked so Henry Wolfe could run. Like, Tempt Me is book 1. These are definitely ones you want to read in order. And the
Mhm.
quick reads. I would say you could read a book a day, Mary. You're a pretty quick reader.
Cool.
You have Tempt Me, then Break Me, Teach Me, Surrender to Me, and then Own Me. And then she spun off from that and that's still linked like in that same world. But The Wolf
Mhm.
Hotel series by K.A. Tucker. Do yourself a favor, go download it now. The audiobooks are amazing. The books are amazing. I've read them, I've listened to them, I've done immersive reads. You can't go wrong with this series.
Which one's your favorite?
I'm gonna say Tempt Me, just because you get so much in that book, and it's basically the main female character is finding herself. I think why I love it so much is because I relate so much to this character. You know, she
Mhm.
was very sheltered, which I didn't grow up on a farm. This girl grew up on a farm. She was definitely a farm child. You know, she's pretty much was slated to marry the preacher's kid
Mhm.
who lived next door, boy next door. Very sheltered life that she lived. And then she gets this amazing job opportunity to go work for the Wolf Hotel. They're opening a new hotel chain in Alaska. And so it's the first time that she's like leaving her family for a good chunk
Wow.
of time. And it's so good. It's making me want to go reread it right now.
Just bought the box set. I just got the box set 1 through 4, so I will
Okay.
keep you posted. After I finish my
Yeah.
reread of Megan, I will dive into there.
Okay, let me know. We're going to buddy read this one too. I need to, because one of the guys that's on the staff got his own book or like series started with talking about him. And so I've been wanting to get it, but I was like, man, it's been so long since I've read these. I need to go back and
I'll
do a little
text you when I'm
refresh.
diving in.
Yeah, because I'm here for it. Okay. Yes, love this for us.
Yay! So my last one, because again, I'm horrible when people ask me to pick a favorite. So it all depends on my mood, really, and timing as
Right.
to what I reread. So my last Roman Empire reread is author L. Wilder, and she writes MC romance. She has a couple of other, I guess, spin-offs on some characters we meet that aren't MC romance related, but predominantly her Satan's Fury MC is her biggest series. She has the original ones, which are up in Washington State. And then she has Memphis, she has Little Rock, and she has 2 other MC series within that world where they kind of cross over. So it's kind of like Autumn. You can get as big as you want, but you can also get as small as you want. Her OG Satan's Fury is probably my favorite, followed closely by her Memphis one and then The Devil's Chaser, which I think that was one of her first. The Devil Chaser MC was one of her first books that she wrote. I would say my favorite book out of the whole thing is Stitch, and he's in the OG Satan's Fury chapter. And I think what I love about that one is Stitch had a horrible home life and he is the club enforcer. And so he grew into this protector role, and
Oh,
the female main character is dealing with an abusive ex, and she
man.
has a son who is on the spectrum. And the way Stitch finds her son hiding out at a diner, and I don't want to spoil why he was there, but Stitch was able to communicate with him and get him to come in the diner and eat some food. And I love how she wrote the son. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but I love how she wrote him in the series and the budding relationship with Stitch and the son and his need to protect him, and just doesn't hinder him and helps him to grow. And eventually the son does get his own book. He joins the MC. So in the next generation, you get his story as well, and see how much he's grown up and how much having Stitch as his stepfather, pretty much father and role model, played into all of it. And so that's probably why that one is my favorite.
Oh gosh. So I'm going to download this one, but the name, can I get over Stitch being his name?
You can, because it's not the fluffy blue critter. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, I can imagine like in my head as you're talking about it. But I
I know,
loved
I
everything
know.
that you like. I
But if you,
love like when you give me someone who's protective and obsessive, like, yes, say less.
and if you look at his cover, you will see that he is anything but. It is not going to be a fluffy, cuddly book.
Not the 626.
No.
Oh, man.
And listeners, you can find all of these recs listed on our Amazon storefront. So check out that link in our show notes. And if you pick up any of these books and read, please drop into our DMs or comment and let us know which one you picked up and how you're loving it.
Yes, because we would love to obsess over these books with you. And who knows, we might reread along with you. So just let us know. And also, we just started a Facebook page, and hopefully, we will start doing like a book club type something going on over there soon.
So listeners, go give us a like on Facebook, please. It will make our little hearts happy. And it is What the Smut Are You Talking About is the name of our page. We have 10 likes and 10 followers. So go be number 11 and give us a like and be sure to comment and interact with us over there.
All right, Mary, what are you currently reading?
Well, as I mentioned above, I'm currently in my Megan O'Brien reread era. So I am on book 3, which is Axel, and that one is a second chance single mom romance where he didn't know she was pregnant. It is his kid. He didn't know she was pregnant and they get a second chance. It has humor and he is fierce in his protectiveness of his family that if you can't swoon over that, I don't know what you're doing. But
Yeah, no, I'm here for all of that.
and I'm doing an alpha read of the Mafia romance, which I read it earlier and had dropped it in here as my currently reading, but it's back from edits and has been added to. So catching up with that, and I am obsessed with it and can't wait to drop that once it's live. What is on your audio listening ears this week?
Well, yesterday I woke up to an approval in NetGalley, which I stopped really requesting a NetGalley just because I haven't really had the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I woke up to approval for Whiskey Women by Victoria Wilder. And when I
Yay.
say I'm obsessed with this book already, I'm about halfway done. I don't want it to end. It is so good. So, so
She
good.
is she is absolutely awesome.
Yes, I adore Victoria and I'm just so happy for her.
Yes. Awesome. That is so cool. I can't wait. I can't wait to dive into more of her books. I need to get back into her world.
She has an older series, like her first series that she ever did. I haven't read that one yet, but I do wanna go back and read it because it's very much my vibe.
We might have to buddy read that one.
Yeah, for sure. Our life's gonna be consumed with buddy reads these days.
Yes, it is. I am here for it. So what are you watching? Anything good? Anything new?
We just finished watching The $1,000,000 Secret on Netflix,
Mhm.
and I'm happy with how it ended. I'm happy who became the millionaire, who got the money. It was crazy. Those last couple of episodes was insane. So we finished up watching that. We're pretty much caught up on everything besides Rhode Island. Because like I said, this week has been crazy at work.
Mhm.
And I don't watch it. I listen. That's one of those shows that I just listen to as I'm working.
Good background noise.
It's a very good background noise. And just this week was crazy. Like I had to completely zone in and focus. So I didn't get to listen to anything. But last night when we finished The $1,000,000 Secret, I was still not ready to go to sleep. And I was like, I just want to watch something to make me sleepy kind of thing. And so we flipped over on Hulu. And, it was like back before COVID hit. Me and my husband, we started watching Chrisley Knows Best. Like we binged
Mhm.
all the seasons and we loved it because Todd, he's just a vibe. That's the only thing you can say about Todd Chrisley.
Yes.
He's hilarious. The whole family is fucking hilarious. And so, they have this like back to reality, which it starts off with Todd and Julie in prison and how they got there and all that stuff. So we started watching that last night and I'm enjoying it. So I'm
Fun.
sure I'll be yapping about that pretty soon.
Awesome.
What about you?
So, keeping up with all of our normal shows, Boston Blue, The Rookie, and we're still trying to catch up with season 3 of Shrinking, which we have to watch when the kid's not around. And
Right.
funny story, I got I told my mom, I said, if you're looking for a funny show to watch, you need to watch Shrinking. I said, I will warn you though, there's a lot of language in there and there's some sex in there as well. And she's like, we'll give it a shot because there's nothing, there's only so much TV that's on. Oh, they started watching it, and my dad looks at me one day when I was over there by myself and he's like, and what kind of show are you watching? He's like, all of the cussing and the sex.
The
And I said,
sex. The sex.
but it's funny. I said, Justin and I have never laughed so hard in this TV arena watching shows. I can't remember the last time I've laughed so much at a TV show. So my dad gave me grief for it. And then when my husband and I went to pick up where we left off, we noticed that it was on season 2, episode 4. And I looked at him and I said, for as much grief as my dad gave me, they're certainly going through the episodes really quick. And no lie,
so
they
funny.
caught up to us. They've caught up to us, and I have a feeling they're going to pass us because they can watch it anytime they want during the day. Husband and I are going to be the ones left catching up to them. So I just
You
had to
should
laugh.
give your dad so much shit when you see him next.
He won't let me talk about it at Sunday dinner just because their son is over. And I'm like, I'm not going to divulge things in the show that would scar my kid for life, but just
Right?
it's nice to talk to them when they find it. They obviously find it as humorous as we do. So
Love it. Love that.
so, listeners, be sure to drop in and tell us what you are watching or what we need to be watching. Drop into our comments, our DMs, and let us know.
All right. It's that time for our unhinged thoughts of the week, where we take our thoughts, no context, no logic, just vibes, and unpack it like it's completely normal. All right, Mary, what you got for me?
You're going to think I'm cray cray. My unhinged thought, and you can understand this because both of our weeks were insane. So, my
Yeah.
unhinged thought for the week was, why can't we clone ourselves during the day to get everything done? So hear me out. We wake up, have our relaxing morning, and then snap our fingers, and 5 of us appears. One goes and gets the kids ready. One does all the errands. One makes all the phone calls. One does the housework. And then one does the actual work. And then come 8 p.m., you snap your fingers. We all come back together, remembering what everyone did. And life is happy. I need like Hermione Granger's little time turner thing that she had. That would help me out. That would help me out too.
Yeah.
The mental load, I'm so tired of the mental load, and it just is soul crushing right now. The lists upon lists that are in my head that my brain just doesn't shut off with everything that needs to get done.
I feel
So I
that.
need 5 of me. I need 5 of me. That's my unhinged thought. My husband would probably say, hell no, we don't need 5 of you. But I need 5 of me.
Gosh, that reminds me of a reel I just watched on. It might have even been TikTok. I don't know. But it was like this lady, and she's like sitting in the park, and she's like, listen, she's like, there's these 2 women that are like light lesbian couples. And I'm like, where's this going right now? But she basically was like, looks like I just need a wife. It's like talking about like how much like women support women and they know what we're going through. So I'm like, me and my friends joke all the time how we're just going to kick our husbands out and just go live in a huge house with all of our kids.
Commune style living.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, we'll get shit done.
Yup, we will. We may cry while we do it, but we'll get it done. So
Yeah.
what is your unhinged thought this week?
Mine necessarily isn't unhinged, but I thought it's kind of ironic and I don't know, maybe it's kind of inspiring. If not, you will. But, this year we've been heavy on the let's shoot our shot, right? So I reached out to this huge author. Huge. I've only read like one of her books. So I'm not like a super fan or anything, but I'm like, this would be amazing if she would come on our podcast and talk about it. And which I emailed her team going in knowing it was going to be a no. Like, there's nothing we could bring to her other than just fun, chaotic conversation. And, her team responded back and was like, oh, just, let us know basically when you get bigger. So I was like, oh, that just, I can take a no. Like, I am good on rejection. I am good on rejection. But it was the fact, I guess, that which rubbed me the wrong way was, oh, just reach back out when you're of a certain size kind of thing. So I was literally like in a slump after that email. Like, cause that hurts a little, Like, I was like this close contemplating of like making some kind of post about like how rejection sucks, just to like A, make myself feel better, and B, like just uplift everyone, Because people face rejection every day. And shit you not, it was a couple hours later, maybe a day later, I don't know. Time is irrelevant these days. And we had a huge author wanting to come on. And
so excited about this one.
no, I can't wait. I can't wait till we have her. Because like we're basically like we're recording and then putting it out. So her episode might even be live before this one even airs. But I was like, oh my God. And I'm like sitting over here like kicking myself because I'm like, we're so small, we can't get these bigger names. And then like bam, it's like, what you sulking for? Whereas the other size wise, they're probably about the same, but the one that's coming on, like, I love her stories. Like, I love all of her stories. And she is just a breath of fresh air. And I'm so excited she's coming on. And I am trying to get my fangirling out now before we talk to her.
It is going to be an amazing time. It really is. I know it's going to be wonderful when she's on here.
Yes. And so all of this is to say, when one door closes, there's another one that's going to open. And so just
know
keep in
that
there,
the no you get is because that was not meant for you. And that no leaves you open to so many future yeses.
Yes, exactly. So not that I'm trying to bring us down or I'm not throwing like any type of pity party, but I'm just saying.
I think it's great because we are rejected in a lot of things in our lives. And I think sometimes framing that rejection to be like, okay, this is a no, but it's not. It's a no because what's meant for me is going to come to me and be a yes. So this was not meant for me. And I think so often we can sometimes sit in the no when we need to look at all the yeses that we have, because we have an amazing lineup coming, and
I know.
it is just going to be unhinged awesomeness.
Yes. And, the thing I love about our podcast is, yes, we do sometimes pull these bigger names, but I love it that we focus mainly on, these lesser known authors or these debut authors. Like, we're helping getting their name out there because some people don't know about them. And so I love that we have this opportunity to help push some for these other authors.
Yes. And listeners, feel free to drop your unhinged thoughts. Who knows? We might read them on air. We might read them on an Instagram story, but let us know your unhinged thoughts for the week. Drop in our DMs or comments and join us in our unhinged thoughts.
All right, book besties. Next week, we have another amazing author coming to join us to chat. This guest has been on the podcast before. She writes the best suspenseful, not a cowboy books. Her stories are about falling in love and all of the messy, flirty, and sexy things that follow. Be sure to sign up for our newsletter so you know who it is first.
In the meantime, you can catch us causing chaos over on Instagram at What the Smut Podcast, and me personally at On Point Digital Services.
And I'm over on Instagram at Courtney Leanne. If you want to join us for a chat, there's a form linked in our notes. So be sure to fill that out because we would love to hear from you.
If you enjoyed today's episode, please consider leaving us a review. Reviews help other smut readers find us, and honestly, they make our chaotic hearts very happy.
And if you really love this podcast and want to show support, we've got a listener support link in our show notes. Supporters get shout outs, special giveaways, and maybe even some exclusive chaos you can't find anywhere else. We also have sponsorship opportunities as well.
Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys next time.